Hi, boys and girls. This week we're gonna make something called a solar oven, and it's really cool because we get to eat what we make. I'm gonna give you a couple options. I'll show you what I'm going to use, and I'll show you all the materials I have. But there's a couple of things that you can do. One is people cook all kinds of things in solar ovens. And when they get to Mars, they're going to depend on the sun a lot for energy. They're going to need it for electricity. They're going to need it for using it for cooking with. They're going to need it for helping to grow plants. So the sun is very important when they go to Mars, because that's what we were kind of talking about, is how we cook on Mars. So I'm going to show you what the things you're going to need. So I'm going to turn my camera so you can see. I'm using graham crackers, marshmallows. I got a chocolate bar. Okay. If you don't have these, you can certainly use Fritos and cheddar cheese. You can certainly use Doritos and cheddar cheese. You can use corn chips and cheddar cheese. There's a bunch of things you can use, so I'm sure we can come up with something if you can't get these for Friday. You can use a ruler. I don't really have to measure anything, but I'll show you how I'm going to use that. I have a barbecue skewer. If you don't have a barbecue skewer, you can use a pencil. I have either a shoebox you can use. I like the pizza box because it's not as thick, so if you have a pizza box, that's awesome. One piece of black construction paper, some tin foil, and some plastic wrap, and of course some tape. So now I'll show you our first step. Okay, so my first step is I'm going to take my pizza box. Here, I'll put the camera down so you can see. And all I'm going to do is draw. I just not even measuring. I'm just making it so I can trace it. So if you don't have a ruler, you can use something else to just trace a straight line. You might want to use a Sharpie if you have a Sharpie, or a crayon so you can see it better, but I think I can see this just fine. And oops, I'm going to just make a square inside my square. Last one. Now, I'm going to cut every line except for this one. I don't want to cut this one, okay? This is where it's going to get folded. All right, so I'm going to cut this one, and cut this one. Do not cut the back one where it opens up, okay? You don't want to cut it out, okay? So I'll show you what that looks like in a... All right, guys, so what I like about this is it's so easy and it's fun. So I took my scissors and I cut those. Remember, I said I wasn't going to cut the hinge part. I want the hinge part left alone. So I cut those three sides, and I kind of folded it back here where I had my other line. So it kind of lifts up like this. And I can also lift this part up, okay? So it's kind of like two doors, a door and a door. All right? Okay, so now we use the plastic wrap. And if you have a brother or a sister or your mom or dad that can help, that's great. I tore a piece of plastic wrap. I'm tearing a piece of plastic wrap about the same size as that door I cut. Okay, a little bit bigger. Okay, so here's my pizza box. And well, if you happen to have a son, you can use a sun too. I have my son. And then we're going to use the sun. That's one more piece of material I forgot to tell you about, and it's free, is we use the sun on Friday. So what we want to do is we want to lay the plastic wrap over our door. Okay, can you hold that for me? And pull it over that way so it's a little bit closer to you. Pull it so it's nice and tight. Pull it more. There we go, nice and tight. So I'm going to bend this down so you can see. And we're going to take some tape and tape it down. See, so he's holding it, and I'm taping it. I'm keeping it nice and tight. Okay? And then tape the back side. Got them nice and tight, Kaden?
Yes.
Okay. Tape's a little long, but that's okay. As long as it's sticking to the cardboard and the plastic. That's what you want. Can you see that okay, kids? Oh. Didn't want to do that. All right, we're just going to go like this. Tape it. Tape it. And then... Now my plastic's a little long right here, so I'm going to cut that back with my scissors. Can you hold it, Kaden? Yes, pull tight so I can cut. And I'm just going to cut this off. We don't need this anymore. All right, now you're going to hold this corner up here for me. Nice and tight. I'm going to get a new piece of tape. I'll need 2 more pieces of tape, and this part will be done. You got a free hand? Okay. Pull. All right. So I guess I'll tape the front first. Okay, and then Katie, you want to tape the last side? Get it on the plastic and the cardboard.
Here?
Yep, looks good. Press it down, and let's close it and see if we got it done right. What do you think?
I think we did it.
Let's see. There we go. And you can see the plastic's in there, and it doesn't interfere with our door. All right? So now we need to, so we just have a plastic, this is, inside here is going to be the oven, okay? But we need a way to have the light bounce off of this and go in there to reflect in there, and that's what the tinfoil is for. Kaden, can you hand me the tinfoil? All right. Be careful if you use this. Do not cut yourself. You want to keep the shiny side. It's a kind of a duller side and a really shiny side. See the difference? You want the shiny side facing in. So Kaden, if you wouldn't mind holding that up for me. And I'm just going to go and put it on your top door. Bend it around back. Okay. The smoother the better. Okay, the less wrinkles the better. Okay, I'm going to close it once again. Oh, you guys didn't even see it. Let me show you. So here it is. So I put the tin foil on, I bent it around the back, and now I'm going to close it, and we're going to tape the back of it. Okay?
Tape time.
Tape time. Pretty easy, huh? Can you hold that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hold that.
Yes, sir.
And tape. Want to tape that one for me?
Yeah.
And I'll get another piece, one more piece of tape. So you can use Scotch tape. You don't have to use duct tape. I like duct tape because it sticks really well. And so that is the outside of my box. Here is, let me pull it up so you can see, the inside of my box. And there's the plastic wrap. And we can still open up our oven, okay? So one more step, or 2 more steps, okay? And then Friday we'll make s'mores. All right, so Kaden's gonna show you the last part. I have my black paper, and I'll explain about this in a second. Kaden's gonna take that piece of tape and make it into a circle so the sticky side is out. All right, so he's gonna put it on the paper, and we already have another one ready. Oops, go ahead, you do yours.
So
Anywhere, like right here. So kind of on one side, and now I'm going to put mine on the other, and you're going to just put it in your pizza oven kind of in the middle. You squish down your side, and squish down my side. Okay, so it now looks like this. And our final step is we close the big door, open the tinfoil door, and we take our barbecue skewer, and you can take your scissors and poke a little hole in here, or have your big brother, or your mom or dad, or your son poke a hole. I poked a hole right there. I'm going to stick my skewer in here, and I'm going to tape it right up here. So I need one more piece of tape.
Don't you need two of those?
Nope, all I need is one. And I just kind of taped it up there so it stays in place. And now my pizza oven is ready to bake. So if you can get this done by Friday, we can make s'mores or nachos or whatever you want to make on Friday, and it'll be yummy. All we need is the sun, okay? And that's free. So here, this opens up, closes, and I hope you enjoyed this little project. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the black paper's for. Did you know that darker objects absorb more heat than lighter objects? In the summertime, if you go outside and you have a white t-shirt on, you're going to stay a lot cooler than if you have a black t-shirt on. Black t-shirts absorb sunlight and heat. So that's why we have this down there. So it's going to absorb whatever heat gets reflected off here and the sun that gets reflected off here. The heat will go in there. And the plastic wrap keeps it. This is something like what's called the greenhouse effect. You may have heard that. It's a scientific term. But it creates convection in there. It means the heat moves around in a circle, and it's going to heat up inside, and that black paper is going to absorb the heat and make it even hotter and melt our chocolate and melt our marshmallow. So we'll see you on Friday. Anyways, I hope you guys had a good week, and I will see you.